Imagine a world where nothing disturbs you, where you can maintain inner peace despite the chaos around you. This was the world of Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher and a Roman emperor. The philosophy he lived by, Stoicism, originated from ancient Greece and is a practical guide to finding calm and tranquility in a turbulent world. Stoicism is not just a set of beliefs or ethical claims, but rather a way of life, involving constant practice and training and incorporating the practice of virtue or excellence as the key component of happiness. It teaches us to focus on what's within our control and to accept calmly what is not. Marcus Aurelius, who was one of the most respected emperors in Roman history, wrote extensively on Stoic philosophy, focusing on its application to daily life. His writings, collected in the book Meditations, provide a powerful framework for building self-confidence, a quality that is essential in both our personal and professional lives. Stoicism encourages us to take action, to be present in the moment, and to view failure as a stepping stone towards success. It emphasizes the power of our thoughts in shaping our reality and how we respond to different situations. It also teaches us to keep our word, take ownership of our actions, and ignore the naysayers. These principles, when applied correctly, can help you navigate the challenges of everyday life and business with grace and resilience. They can empower you to build a strong character, practice self-acceptance, and maintain a positive outlook, no matter what life throws at you. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, let's delve into this ancient wisdom and discover how the principles of Stoicism can help us build self-confidence and lead a life of virtue and tranquility. The principles of Stoicism, when applied correctly, can help you build self-confidence and navigate the challenges of everyday life and business. The first principle that Marcus Aurelius emphasized was the importance of building your character. Now, you might wonder, what does that entail? Well, it's about focusing on virtues. That's right, virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues aren't just lofty ideals, they are the building blocks of a solid character. Let's take wisdom, for instance. In business, wisdom isn't about knowing every facet of the market or having all the facts at your fingertips. It's about understanding the nuances, reading between the lines, and making decisions that align with your values and long-term goals. Or consider courage. It's not about taking reckless risks, but about stepping out of your comfort zone, taking calculated risks, and standing up for what you believe in, even when it's not popular or easy. Justice, another virtue, is about treating everyone fairly, whether it's your employees, your customers, or your competitors. In everyday life, it's about standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves. And let's not forget temperance. It's about moderation, not just in terms of physical desires, but also in terms of your emotions. It's about maintaining a balanced perspective, not getting carried away by success or bogged down by failure. These virtues, when practiced consistently, can shape your character, making you not just a person of substance, but also someone who exudes self-confidence. Remember, it's not about putting on a show for the world, it's about being the best version of yourself. A strong character is the foundation of self-confidence. Another key principle from Marcus Aurelius is the practice of self-acceptance. This is not about complacency, but rather acknowledging your strengths and weaknesses, your victories and mistakes. It's about understanding that you, like every other human being, are a work in progress, and that's perfectly okay. Self-acceptance is an act of courage. It means looking in the mirror and saying, "This is who I am, and I am enough." It's about recognizing your worth and value regardless of your imperfections. It's about standing tall in your truth and embracing all facets of your being. In the realm of business, self-acceptance translates to the acknowledgement of your skills and the acceptance of your limitations. It means not shying away from tasks you're good at and seeking help or development where you're not as strong. It's about making peace with the fact that you won't always have all the answers, and that's all right. In everyday life, self-acceptance might mean forgiving yourself for past mistakes and understanding that they do not define you. It's about not letting your shortcomings overshadow your strengths and achievements. Remember, the first step towards improvement is acceptance. You cannot change what you refuse to confront, so embrace yourself, warts and all. Only then can you truly grow and build unshakable self-confidence. Self-acceptance is the key to self-confidence. Marcus Aurelius believed that we have the power to control our thoughts. Imagine you're in a business meeting and a colleague offers a critique. It's easy to let your mind spiral into negativity, doubting your abilities and questioning your worth. But remember, you have the power to control your thoughts. Instead of focusing on the negative, shift your perspective. See this critique as a chance to grow, to improve. This is how you apply Aurelius's principle in a business setting. Now let's bring this principle into your everyday life. Say you're stuck in traffic and frustration starts to bubble up. Instead of letting the annoyance take over, control your thoughts. Consider this as an opportunity to practice patience, to enjoy a bit more of your favorite podcast, or simply to breathe. Remember, the power of your thoughts is immense. They can either pull you down or lift you up. The choice, however, is entirely up to you. Your thoughts shape your reality. Let them shape a reality of self-confidence and positivity. Marcus Aurelius advocated for action over overthinking. He knew the power of a well-executed plan. Picture this, you have an idea, a goal, a vision. It's easy to get lost in the labyrinth of thoughts, contemplating every possible scenario. But Aurelius advises us to cut through that noise, make a plan and act on it. In the realm of business, this principle illuminates the path to success. Consider an entrepreneur with a revolutionary idea. If they remain entangled in the web of overthinking, they'll never bring that idea to life. But if they map out a strategy and execute it, even if it fails, they gain valuable insights, they learn, they grow. That's the beauty of action. It's a catalyst for progress. Now, let's bring it closer to home. Everyday life. You've been meaning to start a fitness routine but can't seem to shake off the inertia. Take Aurelius's advice, plan your workout schedule, then don the sneakers and hit the track. Each step you take, each bead of sweat you shed boosts your self-confidence. You realize you're capable of more than you thought. Remember, self-confidence isn't a trait you're born with. It's a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs to be worked out. So don't just stand on the sidelines of your life. Dive in, engage, act. Action breeds confidence. Keeping your word was another principle that Marcus Aurelius stressed. This principle is all about integrity. It's about matching your actions to your promises. When you keep your word, you build trust, and trust is a fundamental building block of self-confidence. Consider a situation in the business world. You've promised your team that you'll deliver a project by a certain date. When you follow through on this promise, you not only build trust with your team, but also boost your own self-confidence. You've proven to yourself that you can deliver on your commitments. The same principle applies to everyday life. If you've promised a friend to help them move house, make sure you show up. By honoring your commitments, you're reinforcing your image as a reliable person, both to others and to yourself. There's a certain strength that comes from knowing you're someone who can be counted on. It's a strength that adds to your self-confidence and your sense of self-worth. After all, as Marcus Aurelius believed, your word is your bond. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of taking ownership of your actions. In the grand theater of life, we each play a unique role. But in order to truly shine, we must take responsibility for the part we play. Embrace your actions, both the triumphs and the missteps. This isn't about pointing fingers or dwelling on past mistakes. It's about understanding that our actions are the brushstrokes that paint the canvas of our lives. In the world of business, this translates to being accountable for decisions regardless of the outcome. When a project succeeds, it's easy to claim credit, but true leaders also step up when things don't go as planned. They analyze, learn, and most importantly, they take ownership. This cultivates trust, respect, and ultimately, self-confidence. In everyday life, taking ownership might mean acknowledging when you've hurt someone's feelings or recognizing when you've let yourself down. It's about owning your story, the good and the bad, because only when you accept where you've been can you confidently stride towards where you're going. So, remember, every action you take is a reflection of who you are. Own them, learn from them, grow from them. Take ownership, gain confidence. Marcus Aurelius advocated for speaking less about oneself and focusing more on action. This principle of Stoic philosophy encourages us to let our accomplishments speak for themselves. It's easy to get caught up in the narrative we spin about who we are and what we've achieved. However, the true measure of our character lies in our actions, not our words. Consider a business leader who spends more time discussing their plans than actually implementing them. Their team may begin to doubt their capabilities, leading to a decline in morale and productivity. On the other hand, a leader who quietly gets things done inspires confidence and respect. In everyday life, this principle can be applied in a variety of ways. It might mean spending less time talking about your fitness goals and more time at the gym. Or perhaps it involves less dreaming about that book you're going to write and more time actually writing it. The beauty of action is that it provides tangible proof of our abilities and resolve. It's a concrete demonstration of our commitment, and it's a strong foundation on which to build self-confidence. So remember, actions speak louder than words. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself of death. A stark thought, isn't it? Yet, it's not as morbid as it seems. In fact, this contemplation of mortality is a powerful tool that can enhance our appreciation of life. By acknowledging the inevitability of death, we are driven to make the most of the present, to seize the day. Consider this in the context of business or your daily life. When you realize that time is limited, you're more likely to take risks, to step out of your comfort zone, to make bold decisions. You're less likely to procrastinate or second-guess yourself. This perspective can be a significant confidence booster. Contemplating death reminds us of the transient nature of life and, in turn, our problems. It gives us courage to face challenges head-on, knowing that just like everything else, they too will pass. It teaches us to value what we have, transforming our outlook towards life and making us more resilient. So the next time you're faced with a difficult decision or when self-doubt creeps in, remember Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. Remember death, embrace life. Marcus Aurelius advised ignoring the naysayers. Indeed, the clamor of negativity can be deafening, yet it is the silent resolve that leads to victory. In the realm of self-confidence, the voices that attempt to sow seeds of doubt are not uncommon. They may echo from external critics, or sometimes they may stem from our own insecurities. Marcus Aurelius, an embodiment of Stoic philosophy, teaches us to rise above these voices. In the face of criticism, he urges us to maintain our focus on the task at hand and continue marching towards our goals. This principle holds true in business and everyday life. It's not uncommon to face opposition when you're charting a new path or venturing into uncharted territories. But remember, the chorus of naysayers only grows louder when you're onto something great. Take the example of any successful entrepreneur. They've all faced criticism and doubt at some point in their journey. Yet, they chose to ignore the naysayers, stay true to their vision, and press on. This principle is not about disregarding all criticism, but about discerning what is constructive and what is mere noise. In our personal lives too, ignoring the pessimistic voices can help us embrace our individuality and boost our self-confidence. So, as we navigate the labyrinth of life, let's remind ourselves of the Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Ignore the noise, focus on your path. Marcus Aurelius had a ritual of reflecting on his day in the evening. This wasn't just a casual review of events, but a deep dive into his actions, thoughts, and responses. He believed that this evening ritual was integral in building self-confidence. Imagine you're a business leader. Each day is filled with decisions, actions, and results. In the hustle and bustle, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture, but when you pause in the evening, you find a chance to reflect. Did you act with integrity? Were your decisions in line with your values? Could you have handled that challenging situation better? This reflection isn't about berating yourself for mistakes, but learning and growing from them. Or perhaps you're navigating the intricacies of everyday life. The day's end brings a moment of calm, a moment to revisit your actions. Did you keep your word? Did you let negative comments affect you? Were you present in your interactions? An evening reflection ritual allows you to confront these questions and build confidence in your ability to navigate life more effectively. End your day with reflection, begin with confidence. To recap, the 10 key principles from Marcus Aurelius for building self-confidence are as follows. Firstly, focus on building your character. It's not about the accolades or the material possessions, it's about who you are at your core. Secondly, Practice self-acceptance. Embrace your strengths and your weaknesses. Remember, you are human and it's okay to have flaws. Thirdly, control your thoughts. Your mind is a powerful tool. Use it to foster positivity and resilience, not doubt and fear. Fourthly, make a plan and execute it. Don't let overthinking paralyze you. Take action and learn from your experiences. Fifthly, keep your word. Trust is a crucial factor in building self-confidence. And when you say you'll do something, follow through. The sixth principle is taking ownership of your actions. You are in control of your life. Make decisions that reflect your values and take responsibility for the outcomes. Seventh, speak less and do more. Actions speak louder than words. Show your worth through your deeds. Eighth, remind yourself of death. This may sound morbid, but it's about appreciating the present moment and not taking life for granted. Ninth, ignore the naysayers. There will always be critics. Don't let their negativity undermine your self-confidence. Lastly, establish an evening confidence ritual. Reflect on your day, celebrate your wins, and plan for tomorrow. Apply these principles in your everyday life and business, and watch your self-confidence soar. What action will you take today to build your self-confidence?